discipline our children. Okay, it is not illegal to spank. That is not the A word. I don't even want to use it. It's not against the law to spank your children. A lot of times I'm seeing that most of these kids out here need a spanking. I believe we wouldn't have Antifa and some of the radical garbage we're seeing out here if their parents would have spanked their behinds when they were little. Order is necessary, and that's the importance of a father, because sometimes the mother, it's natural to nurture. It's natural to say, oh, I don't want to see my kid upset. Oh, their feelings are going to be hurt. That's great, Mom. I'm not faulting you for feeling like that. That's actually the healthy balance we get in families when there's two parents in the household. I love that my wife just wants to coddle and nurture my kids because I don't care to. There are times where I'm like, hey, every day my kids are loved. They are hugged. They are getting plenty of affection from daddy. But when it's time for tantrums, when it's time for discipline, when it's time to say no, daddy gonna say no. Daddy's going to bring forth repercussions when my first word was not adhered to, and etc. And that's just how it has to be. So I'm not knocking moms for being moms. That's your biological trait that makes you amazing. But at the same time, we got to understand that kids need both ends.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. And to not to mention the tantrums. I don't think we've ever had a child throw tantrums
in public.
Yeah. And maybe the 1-year-old, 2-year-old, because at that point they don't know how to manage their emotions. But that is the time you teach them. Exactly. That is the time you say, no, that's not okay. No, don't do that. You cannot do that.
Tantrums are handled the first few times they happen at home so that they never take place in public.
Exactly.
Because it's not fair. It's not even just about us not wanting to look bad. It's not fair to the people around you. Who wants to see that? Who wants to experience that? Imagine being in a church service, in a movie, on an airplane where you're trapped in the air for 8 to 16 hours with a kid throwing a tantrum next to you. Mm-hmm. Disciplining your kids is a duty to society.
Absolutely. Because especially as they get older, you're going to leave them for society to have to deal with them, because you're not going to always be there.
Yep. I mean, we remember the lessons from our parents. Mm-hmm. I remember things from my childhood, 6, 7 years old to this day, so
yeah.
I was on a post from another brother, shout out Caz TV, CAZ TV. Mm-hmm. It's a 2-man team, but he had a post about spanking children, and man, it blew up so much because people were just so outraged, and they were coming at me even in the comments, and I said, listen, y'all can say what you want, but one thing is for sure, I am never impressed with the children of the parents that are anti-spank.
Never.
Every time I'm around them, I'm always like, get me out of here. It never fails. 99% of the time. Now, maybe some of y'all are that rare exception, but if we're honest, most of us don't want to admit when our kids are not impressive. Most of us don't want to admit that our kids are a nuisance and that they're held to be around for other people. Yeah. And so just like I said, it's a duty to society, to me, to not raise children like that, especially if I'm going to have a lot. And Jordan Peterson even talks about that. I'm going to try to find that video. Mm-hmm. Where it's why it's important for you as a parent to not raise children that you don't like. In those exact words. This is a psychologist speaking.
Wow.
So this is an important topic, and I think we're getting too modern about things that are becoming dangerous.
Yeah, it's I personally believe it's an agenda, just like breaking down the family, separating the fathers from the home. It's an agenda to remove discipline from children, so it can be more chaos. Exactly. So there can be more people in prison, because I truly believe if you're not disciplined as a child, you grow up to not respect authority, and then you don't want to adhere to the laws, or you just don't want to do what's right because you always had your way.